All right, we left off with 8,000 in the last episode. For anybody that's new, the rules and the previous episode will be in the description down below so you can get caught up. But basically, we are going to be playing online seasons games, trying to move into the World Series division. The team that we use is based around two things and two things only: in-game performance and pack luck. So we have to play well to earn packs and bank money. We had some crazy good pack luck. As you see, we have two diamonds on the team: Buster Posey and Bryce Harper, two diamonds we pulled in the last video straight out of packs, so that was beautiful. First thing we're going to talk about here in this episode is the bench. Evan Gattis, Brandon Belt, who's a little bit upgraded right now, but I want to go with the switch hitter on first base and Kendrys Morales. I know a lot of people in the comments in the last video were saying we need to play Brandon Belt. He will probably be getting some play time soon, but as long as Kendrys Morales has that plus 16 inside edge, he's going to be the person that has to go into the lineup. The rotation will start off with John Lackey, Drew Smiley, Michael Wacha, Matt Moore, and Irvin Santana. So I definitely think the comments agreed with me on this. Once we decide to use the bank, we're definitely going to be upgrading our pitching staff, more than likely the bullpen before the starters. But for right now, we have 8K to work with. We're going to try and grow that. We're going to leave it how it is. We're going to let it go. Hopefully get up around 20-25K before we even start thinking about somebody that we can pick up, because since we had such good pack luck, there's no reason to spend the bank now. We can just let it build up. The current lineup, as you can see it right here, I'm actually in the middle of editing it as I go through this video. We're going to bump Kendrys Morales up into the 2-hole. He does have that plus 16 inside edge at the moment, like I said. Another person we're going to get in the lineup is Kevin Pillar. He plays unbelievable defense, and again, right now he's boosted up with a crazy inside edge. So although it's going to give us a ton of righties in the lineup, we're going to put Kevin Pillar in center field, and then we're going to bump him down behind Tulowitzki. He's a plus 13 right now, and then we'll have Adam Lind off the bench as a left-handed specialist against righty. So this is going to be the fielding. We're going to have Bryce in left, Pillar in center, Cruz in right field. We'll have Beltre, Tulo, Castro, and Kendrys Morales with Buster Posey behind the plate. I actually like the Kendrys Morales Brandon Belt combination on first. We could eventually upgrade at first base, but we're going to work on some other things for now. Brandon Belt, like I said, is somebody who will definitely be getting some time in the lineup. Kendrys Morales is just super boosted at the moment. It's good to have somebody like Brandon Belt coming off the bench, lefty bat that hits lefties pretty well. We also made a slight change to the uniforms for this episode. I liked the uniforms that we started with, and I wasn't huge on them. I liked them, but I didn't love them. I liked them, I didn't love them. So we're going to go with the black and the white and black pinstripes for pants as the home uniforms, and then we're going to go with the blue on white as our away uniforms. I know these look a little bit like home uniforms, but I just like them. I couldn't say no, but I really, really like the way the uniforms turned out. We're going to see if we can hit some dingers, score some runs, and win a game. See how many packs we can get in this episode. It's going to be Matt Moore versus R.A. Dickey, and we definitely have a team advantage. It looks like it's one of his first games. Christian Yelich, probably his gold loyalty player, and then a bunch of bronze and silvers, and a couple of his cards even were downgraded. So we're going to try and take advantage of this matchup, and Matt Moore starts it off with a base knock from Dansby Swanson. So Dansby Swanson with the single to start things off. That's going to put a runner on first base with no outs to start the game. Next man up, Cole Calhoun in an 0-2 count, and he's going to try and check his swing, but the curveball catches the strike zone. Next man up, Christian Yelich. We have him 0-2 as well, and he swings over top of the changeup. I was working the fastball up early in the counts, and then I went down with the off speed. So when Jake Lamb came up, we worked the opposite. I started down and then came up with the 1-2 fastball, and he swung right through it for the strikeout. Into the second now. We started off with a Ryan Zimmerman strikeout, and now it's Wilson Contreras' turn 0-2. He's going to try and check his swing, and we get another strikeout. Trying to check his swing on the changeup, can't do it. Now it's our turn to hit. Bryce Harper's first at bat on the squad, and that's a laser beam. That hit the wall before it hit the ground. Couple feet from a home run, but not quite. Good start from Bryce Harper on the squad. First AB, he hits a leadoff double in the second inning, and then Adrian Beltre is going to come up and hit a ground ball to third, and I tried to time this correctly, and we didn't. I almost got to third base anyway, but Bryce Harper gets backdoored at third. That's just a terrible base running move by me, and then Tulowitzki comes up on the first pitch he sees and hits a routine 6-3 double play, unassisted by the shortstop. Didn't even have to toss it to the second baseman, so we blew a great opportunity early in the game to score some runs. We're going to get the strikeout to start it off, though, and then R.A. Dickey's going to swing through the fastball. So one thing we do have going on right now, we are striking out everyone. Dansby Swanson has the only hit of the game for him, but he's going to go down looking on the inside fastball to end the third inning. Fourth now, Cole Calhoun once again tried to check his swing on the curveball, but not quite. We catch the corner. It's going to be another strikeout. Christian Yelich comes up now, and he's going to drive one down the line. That's his second base hit of the game, and it's going to be extra bags. Nelson Cruz with a solid arm out in right field, but Christian Yelich is going to make his way to third base. Christian Yelich is a stud. His hitting numbers are actually really good on this game, but I think he could even get an upgrade later on. Next man up, Jake Lamb tries to check his swing once again, but he goes down swinging. So now we have 2 outs with Zimmerman coming up. We're going to intentionally walk him so we can get the lefty-lefty matchup of Nomar Mazara. So we have runners on the corners. We have the force out at second base. We have 2 outs, and on the first pitch to Nomar Mazara, he just chips that out to right field. Little single to Nelson Cruz, and that's going to score the first run of the game. So although we have almost 10 strikeouts through 3.5 innings, he gets on the board first, and we end it with another K. But the damage is done. He takes the lead. It's our turn now in the 4th. We got lucky with a leadoff error to Buster Posey. That's going to put a runner on for Kendrys Morales, and he just hit a laser beam. That ball didn't get above 4 feet high, but it's going to go all the way to the wall. It had some gas on it. Buster Posey's rounding third base, and that's going to tie the game up just as quickly as he took the lead. Kendrys Morales gets it back. I had a good feeling about playing him with that plus 16 inside edge, and it ends up working out. Later in the inning now, Morales ended up getting out at third, but we have another runner on first base for Adrian Beltre, but he's going to end the inning on a ground out. But the damage is done. We're tied at 1s. Hopefully we can keep pitching well and get this thing going. Brad Miller's going to start off the 5th with a strikeout. Little check swing. We're going to throw him out. Now 0-2 to R.A. Dickey with 1 out, and he's going to go down looking. That fastball down and in was working like a charm. I didn't throw it too much, so whenever I did, it caught him off guard. And then 0-2 once again, that fastball down and in. I only used it 3 or 4 times in this game, but every time I did, I got him to go down looking. That one wasn't a strike. We got the call. Into the 6th, we threw a curveball to Cole Calhoun, the same curveball that we got him looking at twice in this game. And of course, he gets hurt. 13 strikeouts through 5 innings, and he gets hurt on a curveball. We're going to have to dive into our bullpen early here. Tie game, we're going to bring Cedeno in, and he starts it off with a strikeout as well. So even though the game is 1-1 and we're not hitting all that well, we are getting a ton of strikeouts, which is going to end up being a ton of packs at the end of this video. So now he's got a runner on first later in the inning. We're going to bring Joe Smith in for the righty-righty matchup, and he gets a strikeout of Ryan Zimmerman on the slider down and away. It looks like a fastball out of the hand. Him and Darren O'Day have almost the same exact pitching motion. Very hard to read, very hard to handle. We escape the top of the 6th inning. Still tied 1-1. Now it's our turn to hit in the 6th. We have 2 outs for Nelson Cruz, and we swung through that fastball. We were super late on it, and I know, because I do it myself, and I'm guilty of it. When someone's late on a fastball, I go right back to it. Instead, he hung an off speed. I was sitting on the fastball. We reacted to the curves, and that is a bomb. Dead center field. Nelson Cruz is a cheat code in this game, boys. Bombs away, dead center field. That's going to give us the lead 2-1. Now we're into the 7th, and all we have to do is pitch our way out of this one, and we are good to go. We still have Joe Smith out there. He gets the strikeout of Nomar Mazara to start it off. Next man up, Wilson Contreras on a 1-2 count, and he gets a sinker down and in, and he's going to inside out this pitch, deep right field, but Nelson Cruz gets to it. That's going to be 2 outs on the inning. Now we have Brad Miller coming up in an 0-2 count, and this was actually the first pitch in the entire inning that we threw up in the zone, and he takes it like a man. Strikeout on the chin. That's going to take our 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 2nd, where Troy Tulowitzki, Tulo dogs. That's a solo tater about 10 rows up in left field at Dodger Stadium. That is a bomb. We take a 3-1 lead. Next man up, Kevin Pillar, and he's going to hit a base hit back up the middle. So now we got a little bit of a rally rolling here. We already hit a home run. Now Kevin Pillar is on base with 1 out. Starlin Castro is going to come up next, and he's going to hit a ground ball to second base. Looked like it could have been a double play ball, but the animation pulled him into the hole between 2nd and 1st, and he ends up not making the throw in time. So both runners are safe, and then later in the inning, runner on 3rd. We have Brandon Belt up there pinch hitting, and he throws a wild pitch in a 3-2 count. So that's going to be a walk and a run scored thanks to the wild pitch that gets between the catcher's legs. Wilson Contreras couldn't handle it. We take a 4-1 lead into the 8th. Now, once again, like I said, this is all about pitching at this point. We finally turned the bats on late. We got some big hits. We hit some homers. We're going to add some money to the bank thanks to those home runs. We have a ton of strikeouts in this game. We're going to have another 20 plus packs to open in this episode. But like I said, guys, it's going to be a lot more difficult later down the line, as we're going to take our 4-1 score into the 9th. Christian Yelich is going to start it off with a strikeout on the slider down and away. Now it's Jake Lamb's turn, 0-2, and he's way out in front of the curveball. And then Ryan Zimmerman's going to come up here. First pitch he sees, 11th pitch of the inning. That's going to be a routine fly ball out to right field. Nelson Cruz is going to get underneath of that one, and we take our 2nd win of the season. Nelson Cruz, player of the game. He hit the dinger and the double. We hit 2 home runs in total in this game. Nelson Cruz and Troy Tulowitzki. Combine those 2 home runs with our win. That's $3K. We did not steal any bases, so just the $3,000 will be getting added to the bank. So we go from $8K to $11K to work with now. Not a bad start though. Again, I think we're going to carry this money over. Let me know down below if there's any like relievers I absolutely should get that are in that 9 to 11,000 range. We'll consider it, but for right now I think we're just going to keep building that bank up and rolling with what we got, because the bullpen has been pretty solid. Jake McGee pitched really well there in the 9th inning. He's been a solid closer for us. Joe Smith, like I said, love him, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll pull somebody big for the bullpen out of these packs. We have 24 of them to work with. I did not get a live feed on these ones. I am doing a voiceover for these packs, but so if we pulled anything crazy, you're not going to get my natural reaction like you did in the last video, but I'm going to be trying to do more face cam and live feed for these videos. Nothing crazy in that pack. We're on the pack number 3. We got 22 more to go. It'd be nice to get another diamond pull. I mean, last video was absolutely insane. We got a Ryan Dull silver right here. He's more than likely going to make the bullpen. Solid Oakland A's pitcher. Last video was just absolutely insane. I couldn't have asked for a better start to this series, getting Buster Posey and Bryce Harper to start things off. And also, Adrian Beltre is a gold third baseman. Completely went under the radar. He's going to play really well for us. Great defense and some power. But we're down to 20 packs. It'd be nice, like I said, to get another diamond in this video. That would be intense to have a third diamond 2 episodes into this. Nothing in this pack. 19 more to go. Bunch of commons in this one. We got 2 silvers, Darren O'Day and Jose Bautista. 2 solid cards. Jose Bautista has the potential and the ability to be upgraded later on, so that's a card we can definitely sit on. And Darren O'Day, like I mentioned earlier in this video, pitches a lot like Joe Smith. I like using him. He's got an awkward arm angle that people are a little bit uncomfortable with. He's not easy to read. He's got pitches that can come up in the zone, down in the zone. He's got the slider that breaks away from the righties, the sinker that breaks in on the righties. So he's a lot to deal with. Somebody that we may actually be using as a closer. We can split him and Jake McGee. We can bring Jake McGee in to close games when he's got lefties coming up. We can bring Darren O'Day in to close games when there's righties coming up. And we can just work with what we got. So that was a solid pack. So far, though, we didn't get anything else in here. Daniel Norris, Dan Jennings. Nobody here that looks like they're going to crack the squad. We're down to 14, almost halfway through these. And again, guys, make sure you're letting me know down below what you'd like to see me do with the squad. If there's anybody you would like to see me put in the lineups, I definitely am going to be taking everyone's opinions when it comes to these packs, when it comes to doing the lineup and setting the squad up. The only reason, again, I saw everybody in the comments was telling me we got to get Brandon Belt on first base in this episode. The only reason, again, that we didn't do that was because Kendrys Morales had that crazy boost today when I got on the play. So had to rock out Kendrys Morales. But anything else you guys would like to see, let me know. So we're going down here. We haven't gotten a silver in a while. That Darren O'Day, Jose Bautista pack feels like a lifetime ago at this point. We got 10 more packs to go. One more 10 Bundy and we can get out of here. Bunch of commons and bronzes once again. Robbie Ray potentially could make the bottom of the rotation. I may throw him in there over Irvin Santana. I don't know. We got Tyler Glasnow. He's been wild to start the season. If he could cut down his walks, he could be a very, very good starting pitcher in this league. I mean, you can't teach 97, 98 miles an hour. You either throw that hard or you don't. If he can minimize his walks, I think he has the potential to be extremely, extremely good. I'm just waiting to see it from him as we get another silver here. Billy Hamilton, that's going to be huge for us. Billy Hamilton, someone we can put on the bench, bring into the game when we have a runner on first. If there's somebody we can get out of the lineup, maybe even like a Kevin Pillar, we can put Billy Hamilton in there, steal a couple bags, add a couple K to the bank. That'll definitely help out. As we get Ender Inciarte here, last year's Gold Glove winner in the National League for center field. Very underrated player, high contact guy, doesn't strike out much. He's been hitting a couple dongs this year as well. He's having a good start to the season. Played really well for Venezuela during the World Baseball Classic as well. One of my favorite guys on the low. So that'll be a solid bat. We're definitely going to throw him on the bench just out of favoritism, but see what else we can get here. So far we've gotten an Inciarte, Billy Hamilton, Darren O'Day, and Jose Bautista. 4 solid pickups on the team. Nothing crazy though. We got Charlie Blackmon. There it is, guys. There it is. That's the pull I've been waiting to get excited for this entire video. He will definitely be our new starting center fielder, especially when he's boosted up. I expect him to turn into a gold at some point this season. He's fast. He hits for contact. He hits for power. He can play the outfield well. He has a decent arm. Very well-rounded player. I'm just waiting for San Diego Studios to boost him up a little bit. It took them until September last season to boost him up to a gold. Hopefully it doesn't take that long this time around. That's going to do it for the packs. But again, guys, $11K in the bank. We're going to be adding Darren O'Day to the bullpen. He's got the 87, 89 hits per 9, Ks per 9, 99 break. And like I said, his slider-sinker combo, especially against right-handed batters, is lethal. So you got to use him if you have him. Even if you have a stud squad, Darren O'Day can play. Ryan Dull, another guy we're going to be adding to the bullpen. Now, here's going to be the changes to the lineup. We're going to be putting Kevin Pillar. We're going to get him out of here. We're going to put Charlie Blackmon in center. We're going to put Enciarte and Billy Hamilton on the bench. We're probably going to take out Dexter Fowler here. He just has good contact against lefties, but that's it. I actually think his card's extremely underrated, and I wish it was better. We're going to bring Billy Hamilton in for Anthony Rendon. He's going to be used mainly as a pinch runner, like I said, and then Jose Bautista, someone hopefully we can use down the line. We're definitely not going to use him in the next episode. The 83 overall is just, it's not Bautista. Like, he definitely could be better, and he was downgraded at the time. But this is what the team's probably going to look like jumping into our next game. Let me know if I should make any changes down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. I'm out. On this new series on my channel, we're going to be calling it Pack Squads. We're going to be building a team up and taking it on online seasons, online against head-to-head opponents to see how we stack up against the opposition. The team that we play with will be solely based on